Alright, so people have been asking me to do a Kid Buu guide for a bit now. One guy's even subbed to me on Twitch to try and get me to make a Kid Buu guide, and I've been really slow about it, so apologies for that. I asked on Twitter if people wanted me to do a nice little, edited out aesthetics guide that'd take really long for me to do. And no one had strong feelings one or the other. So we're doing a quick one, banging it out. I'm sure you guys, the information is more important than it looking nice. So, let's get right into it. Kid Buu's normals. Standing light, 5L. This is a 6-frame jab. You're really happy about being a 6-frame jab. The hitbox on it's not terrible, considering how small he is. You know, all the other small characters are terrible ones. 5LL. He moves forward a fair bit. The hitbox is pretty good on it, like most 5LLs. You're probably not going to be using that too much in footsies, but it'll come up every now and again, and you'll be happy when it hits. 5LLL. Has a pretty good upwards hitbox. You're probably almost never going to use this one, but once in a blue moon, you're going to whiff 5LL, and your opponent's going to jump over it and think, ooh, I can whiff punish this guy right now, and you're going to go 5LLL, and you're going to hit him, and you're going to get a full combo, and that guy's going to have the fear of God put into him. Crouching light, 2L. This is a low. That's really good. Not everyone has a crouching light that's a low, so you're happy about that. The range on it isn't the best. It's pretty decent considering it's a low. Good for mix-ups. Jump light is a good air-to-air tool. Not much more to say about it than that. Standing medium. This is where Kid Buu's normals get wacky. This is the big stretchy leg kick. As you can see, he pulls himself in. The way it works is that the hitbox is on his foot, and his foot alone. So as the leg travels and extends, the hitbox moves across, which means the opponent can jump over it and hit you free. So you need to be a bit selective about when you do it. As you can see, he pulls himself in afterwards, get a full combo really easily. Good spacing tool. Crouching medium. This is probably the normal you think of when you think of Kid Buu. There's 3 versions of it. It's down back, down forward. It's the sides around the distance where it'll come out. It's a range. It'll try to track within its range. It's not a specific point. It's not like a seismo from Viper or something, you know? It'll track as somewhat. So if the opponent's anywhere within like down back's range, it'll hit them. Down back is actually 5 frames faster than the other ones. Down back is 10 frames start up. Down and down forward is 15 frames start up. So you want to use down back whenever you can. You can cancel all 3 of them into each other, and you can't go into any other normals. So if you want a combo, you've got to go into an air grab or vanish. Anti-air grab, sorry. So that's that. From pretty much any range of down, you'll be able to get a full combo with medium there. By just doing standing medium, so. You're pushing it a bit when you do down forward. But still not too bad. Some assists will let you do easier stuff as well. Yeah, this is the move you think of when you think of Kid Buu. It's disgusting. It's one of the largest ranges on a low for the down back one. And speed. Yeah, use it a lot. But when the opponent starts to jump a lot, be careful of that. Jumping medium is an interesting normal. It's like his standing medium, as you can see, it's a big stretchy kick, but it also halts your air momentum. This can be both good and bad. It means you don't want to use it when you're trying to pull the opponent down in air block strings up close, because you'll frequently go You'll frequently go over the top of them. Well, not there, but there we go. So, obviously you don't want that to happen, so you'll probably be doing light, heavy a lot more. If the opponent's far away, though, jump medium is really good. Really easy to bring the opponent down from about this sort of distance. You can also get a combo off that. That hit. So it can be a bit hard to deal with that. So it's a good spacing tool. I want to use it a lot. The thing about it, though, its main weakness is that the first hit isn't an overhead. Make the opponent block. So you see, the opponent doesn't stand block until the second hit, which means there's no reason for the opponent to stand block at all if you're at a range where your other 2 overheads can't hit. Because, you know, you can react to blocking this first hit. So, the thing about that is that it means you're going to whiff this a lot if you try to go on standing opponents. And this is the easiest 2H in the world. I'm really going to ram this in here because I want both people to A, stop whiffing this stupidly, and B, I want other people to start 2Hing it. I'm tired of getting away with this for free. Alright? If I whiff this, I want you to kill me. It's really easy to do, guys. Just run up and 2H it. All I can do is vanish. That's the worst that can happen to you, is you get vanished. So, anyway, moving along. Standing heavy. It's a standard standing heavy. Moves forward a fair bit. Gets you a wall splat. Like a smash ball splat on hit. I don't think it's very good with Kid Buu because his other spacing tools are better, I think. You know, it moves a fair distance forward, but 5M moves further forward. I guess if you want less commitment than 5M, you'd use it, but I don't use it that much. 2H, this is a universal overhead. Universal anti-air. Has atrocious horizontal range. There we go. Atrocious horizontal range. It's definitely not 2H you can just throw out in footsies and hope it hits. You really have to be calling out a jump with this one. It does hit behind him, which means that if you do it a bit too early against the Vanish, then you'll still hit them, even though they're behind you. And the vertical range is actually pretty good on it. I will give it that. So, it does have those things going for it. It's not a terrible one. It's better than Krillin's. It does have worse horizontal range than Krillin's, but it's still better than Krillin's. But yeah, you just have to mostly actually be reading the opponent when you use it. Obviously, if you just react to super dashes and vanishes, this will still beat them easily. His key blasts. His standing key blast is pretty basic. You've probably seen this on a million characters. Its main unique thing is that it goes into 2S by pressing the button again. 2S is the unique one. 2S goes at this nice, perfect horizontal little angle at like instant air dash height. That's really good. It'll put people right at instant dashes. It's a normal, so you can whiff cancel the Vanish still with super dash. Unfortunately, his jump S isn't a great one for neutral, I find. It goes at too steep of an angle, but it is good for pressure. Lets you instant air dash mix up quite easily, which is good because his other cross-up buttons aren't great. Look at the range there. Bad cross-up buttons, but you can do that. Now you might think, ooh, Kid Buu has bad cross-ups. You have to Vanish to get a good cross-up there. Surely that means his mix-up is bad. Ah, well, you'd be wrong, but we'll get to that in a bit. Specials. Quarter-circle forward is the Buu Ball. This was the terror of everyone in the open beta. You just go like this over and over again. Fortunately, you can't really do that anymore. If they block it, most people are aware they can either jab it or 2H the next one. To bait out a 2H, what you want to do is instant. You want to air backdash and S. That'll catch jabs, it'll catch key blasts, it won't catch them jumping up after you. It also won't catch super dashes. So there are some things you can do there. They're all pretty high risk, low-ish reward options there. After a blocked Buu Ball, you're generally better off just trying to get out of there, like double jumping away or air dashing away. Or just blocking, even. You can also do it in the air. If you've used your air option, obviously you can't air dash or double jump after it. Because even though he bounces off the ground, it doesn't really count. You'll notice there are two different like heights you can get after them blocking it. If you block it on the way down, you're at about head height. If they block it on the way up, because it doesn't bounce off the ground, then you're actually quite a bit higher. So you can use that to your advantage. If your opponent's expecting you to be at a different height than you are, you can frequently get them to whiff something. Like in this situation, if they jab, they'll probably just whiff, you know? And then you're 2H. Not 2H, jump H. So that's good to know. Still kind of risky. Be careful. His other special, quarter-circle back, is an anti-air grab. You're mostly going to stick to using this in combos because the hitbox is kind of specific. They need to be, you know, really at that angle. It is a grab though, so they can't block it. Light one you have to combo off with Vanish. Medium you can combo off by yourself, but it's really, really slow. EX you can also combo off with yourself, but it costs a lot. I find the best combo off them is little combo. There might be something better these days. That's what I've been doing. I still don't use them that much outside of combos. Depending on your team, you're either going to want to use an assist to combo out of the light grab or use an assist to combo into the medium grab. As you can see, I use an assist to combo out of the light grab. Reduce my damage a fair bit. But depending on your team, you might use a assist to combo into the medium one. Either way, it gets you a pretty good result. The medium one, you're probably never going to use in neutral. Please don't do this. If you want to call out the opponent jumping, use the light one or the EX one. You'll probably just get hit with this one. Look how slow it is. His quarter-circle with key specials. Can you beam on the ground? This is a hit grab. Teleports you over to them when you eat them. Heals you for a little bit. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. I think it's about 10%. It's more than Android 21's level 3, but less than Big Buu's level 3. It only heals blue life as well. Quarter-circle with key in the air is Kamehameha. Kamehameha is a lot better of a spacing option than Candy Beam, I find. So the problem with Candy Beam is that the hitbox is only actually at the big ball at the end. So the opponent can jump over it and super dash through it and that sort of stuff. The rest of it's just a graphic. Whereas the Kamehameha is full beam. The main reason you want to use Candy Beam is either if you've got an assist that lets you combo out of Candy Beam really easily, or if you're, you know, you read into a beam right now, because Tiger Knee and Kamehameha is slightly slower than the UK. If you're new to fighting games, Tiger Knee is when you do a special motion ending it up forward to do it right off the ground. So with Kamehameha, it's quarter circle forward, so you want to do quarter circle forward to up forward, and that gets you a Kamehameha right off the ground. So to spin the stick to up forward. You can go off with Vanish, get pressure off it with Vanish. I like the Kamehameha. Not many characters have an air beam as good as Kamehameha as well. You can do it at all heights. You can't angle it though, so it's not as useful as Goku's, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, I'm a fan. His last special is quarter circle back S. This you probably will see more as the assist. It's something absurd like plus 40 on block. Just doing it like Kid Buu. Yeah, not many characters can get an instant air dash mix up by themselves like that. The downside is that I think it's like 36 frame startup. It's really slow. It's so slow the opponent is just mashing deflect and block stun. You'll probably actually punish the deflect. Like the deflect will miss and then you'll hit the end of it with this. That's how slow it is. But if you've got the opponent scared, or if you're doing something with like this, the standing medium you can cancel on the way in, or you can space it so that if the opponent's mashing out, you kind of hit them. Those are all right situations to use it. Plus 40 is a big number. It's a good way to reset pressure if you think they're scared. Downside is if they deflect it, then the ball goes away. You're kind of in a bad spot there. It doesn't keep zooping around them; it just disappears. So be careful of that. Don't get greedy with this move. His supers are all kind of standard. This one isn't as safe as it looks. I know it looks like they should just get screwed by the beat blast on the way down, but they don't. And the Superman, his level 3 actually is less good than many level 3s because you're less advantageous after it. So see, Kid Buu does this little animation of reforming after it, and that decreases the amount of time you can act after it. It's still good though. Still gets you a hard knockdown, and you can do it in the air, so that's nice. Not everyone has an air invuln option like that. Let's move on to pressure. Let's move on to what makes Kid Buu so disgusting. So the bot's on guard first only here. So if I stop doing if they leave blocks around, if I stop doing a true block string, they'll get hit. So that's a high option there. That's a low option. Both of those were true block stun. What makes this work is that 2S puts you in the air, and you can act after it. So you can get a really low to the ground air dash, or you can do nothing and land. You can do this with lots of assists covering you. There are some that you can't. With those ones, you probably just want to go into the blue ball. There's more options you can do on that as well. You can obviously just do one hit. You can do one hit off the air dash. That's a little low there. You can tick throw with it. You can tick throw with that. Cross up there. You got a lot of options here. Now, the main weakness of this, because you're probably thinking right now, that sounds kind of disgusting, Pete. There's got to be a weakness to this, right? Main weakness is that quite a few characters can actually stand block with 2S. Now, the reason that's a bad thing, and this is something that I don't see many people actually aware of, is that if you block a key blast, standard key blast attack, you can actually guard cancel. So see how I block these death beams here? And then I deflect. You can also super dash. Those are the two things you can guard cancel into. Deflect and super dash. Super dash isn't super relevant because you can still cancel it at 2H with most characters 5S, but the deflect one ruins a lot of mix-ups. So, the fact that many characters can stand block this means that if they block it, they can guard cancel and deflect. And that means your mix-up afterwards will just get deflected. It's not too big of a deal. You just need to call out deflect every now and again. Because it's a true block string, you don't have to worry about like DPs or anything like that. You're just worrying about deflect. Unless you mess up. If you mess up and there's a gap, you can't get DP. So watch out for that every now and again. Make sure you got this shit tight. I would try to make sure that you've got at least one assist you can do this stuff with, because I think 2S mix-up is really what makes Kid Buu so disgusting. If you want to play a character, if you really want to play Kid Buu in a character that doesn't let you do it, I'd really try to make sure the other character does it. Pretty much everyone that can't do Kid Buu stuff, the 2S stuff that you want to do, the stuff to reset pressure at the very least. The other mix-up option you've probably seen that lots of people are complaining about is the Crossup Buu Ball. So the way this works is that crouching medium actually has a slight vacuum effect on it. So see how Freezer is in the corner, Freezer is not in the corner. Then you want to do a medium Buu Ball to combine it. Quarter circle forward, medium. That's a Crossup. If you want to stay in front, you can do the light ball. Or you just reset pressure. And just go in front. If they're reading the Crossup real hard, you'll just hit them. Yeah, there's lots of ways to bait this besides just trying to block it, unfortunately, because the hitbox is very specific here. So if they do anything like moving, they'll probably just dodge it. So you want to try and get the opponent to respect you before you start going for this option. But considering you're Kid Buu, it's probably not going to be that hard to make them respect you. Comboing off this is kind of awkward because you're facing the wrong way. So the combo I do is forward dash after it, go around. That kind of stuff. All the notation for combos I do in this video will be in the description below the video. Don't worry about trying to read my inputs, but the inputs are there if you need help with the combo. Always have inputs on in my videos because I feel like people who don't are jerks. And yes, that includes you people who are like, ooh, my motions are really messy. I don't want people to see it. I don't give a fuck. I just want to see the inputs. So, keep that in mind. This is how disgusting Kid Buu's mix-up is. He's got all these options. It's absurd. So let's move on to combos, and that we've kind of started that. Mid-screen, Kid Buu kind of just does the standard stuff. If you're going to get them to the corner, you probably want to end with either Buu Ball or sliding knockdown. If you're going to end mid-screen, you definitely want the sliding knockdown. Don't end with Buu Ball mid-screen unless you have to, because you can't get the sliding knockdown. Oops. Well, I'm messing it up right now, but that's how you get the safe jump. Yeah, there's your safe jump. You want to do medium ball as soon as you land, air dash, H. You want to do a slight delay there, or your whiff. That'll cover every tech. Should be a safe jump, except the lead tech, obviously. So if you can't get them to the corner, do that. But you're pretty much always getting them to the corner, because what Kid Buu can do is that. What you do is you do jump 2H, and then you cancel it late in the super dash. A lot of characters can do this, but it's absurdly easy with Kid Buu, because he actually keeps forward momentum on his jump 2H for a really long time. It's just normal momentum there. So if you just wait a little bit, he'll go behind them. Make sure to make good use of that. It's really easy how... It's absurd how easy it is for Kid Buu to just swap the corner. In the corner, the combo I do with Kid Buu is this. It's, I think, about 300 more damage than the basic one. You have to end with the ball because you can't get a sliding knockdown there, but because you're in the corner, it's not bad. And the height that 5H puts you at actually makes it kind of easy to incorporate assists into this combo. So with Goku Black, Super Saiyan Goku, sorry, dropped it there. Something like this. So that's a pretty easy way to extend it with Goku Black or Super Saiyan Goku. Those kind of assists. Super Saiyan Vegeta probably works there as well. I feel like most of the time in the corner you're going to want to use your assist extension to get you onto the ground so that you can do Human Extinction Attack rather than do his Air Super. Because Human Extinction Attack has some funny things when you start doing tag supers with it. So as you probably know, Human Extinction Attack always knocks them down. Not only that, it's like a mini sliding knockdown. It always lets you get a super when you hit the ground. So if you do a super that's fast enough, what you can actually do is do one on the way up, and then do another one on the way down, and then DHC out of that. So that lets Kid Buu convert really well, meter into damage. I missed right jump on there. Whoops. So, yeah, if you don't have the option to get a sliding knockdown, you're going to need an assist to get into give an extinction attack. So let's take a look at my corner BNB. So if I've got meter to burn, I can do that sort of thing there. And show you as you're looking at this damage number here, you can tell that let's Kid Buu convert damage meter into damage really, really easily. So I feel like you probably want to have a character you can do that sort of thing with on your team. There's quite a few of them. Don't feel too restricted by it. There's Bardock, as you just saw. There's Android 21. There's Super Saiyan Vegeta. There's Tien. Tien's is huge because it lets you do 2 key core which is an enormous amount of damage. There's Cell, Android 16, Adult Gohan. All sorts of characters. You've probably got one on your team right now, and you might not even been aware of it. So look into that, see what you can do with that. The basic assist extension mid-screen is either going to be letting you combo into the medium anti-air grab or letting you combo out of the light one, as I mentioned earlier. So that's what I do with Bardock there. It depends on what assists you've got, which option you want. You'll probably get slightly more damage if you go out of the medium one, so if you can do that with your team, it's probably better for you to do that. But you're going to have to experiment with your assists and see what's better. Unfortunately, I can't tell you everything yet. In the corner, I can show you the combo into the I don't think that actually does more damage than just doing a corner combo, is the thing. But mid-screen, that would have been relevant. I can't do that mid-screen because it's Goku Black. There's also that as an option. Yeah, just look through your assists on your team, see what you can do. It's going to be different for everyone. You've probably seen like the Adult Gohan DP assist to combo into the medium grab. That's a common one. There's lots of Kid Buu players that are playing Adult Gohan. But yeah, the assist stuff is really going to depend on your team, and I can't really tell you it. If you can get them slightly up down to the corner, sorry, in the corner. If you've got a really, really fast super, you can actually do it slightly better. I haven't practiced it very much, so I'm probably going to... I got it. It's really finicky, and that one is really selective. And most of the time, you're just going to get more damage by just doing human extinction attack. The opportunities where that one comes up are pretty minimal. It's mainly just going to be of the side swap combo. Try to do the second super quick. But yeah, that's the main situation where that's going to come up. I haven't practiced it too hard because I haven't had it come up too much for me. And when it has come up, I've dropped it because of that. So don't be me. Don't be greedy like me. So in the corner, Kid Buu also has a nice little kind of option select you can do off the Buu ball to cover 2H, which I prepared earlier because my stick doesn't have an L2 button. And I figured it'd be easier if I just recorded it ahead of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to tech in place and then we're going to 2H. So the way that works is you do jump L into back M and S. And on hit, that'll get you jump M, and if on whiff, it'll get you deflect. It's kind of nice that that's the case because there's no little there's key charge connected to LNS. There's Dragon Dash, Super Dash there. You know, there's all sorts of things macro to 2 different buttons in this, but for some reason MNS doesn't have anything, which means we get this nice little option select. So yeah, incorporate that when you think your opponent's going to jump H you. Lets you deflect the move, and deflecting is a lot better than blocking in this. So I think that's covered pretty much all my Kid Buu introductory tips. If you have any questions about Kid Buu, feel free to ask them in the comments or on my Discord or on my Twitter. I don't know that much to do most of the time, so you know, feel free to ask whenever. And I'll probably get back to you quickly. There'll be links to my Twitter and my Discord below the video, along with the notation for the combos, like I said I would do. yeah, this is my first guide in a very, very long time, so it's kind of shoddy. Please criticize it so I know what to do better for the next one, which will probably be Fused Zamasu when he's out, because I'm really excited for him. So, yeah, I hope to see you all either next time on Twitch or next time on my next guide. See you all, thanks for watching.